Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. You can clap, clap. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Everybody. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Clap, clap, clap. Radhe 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 Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare. I can't hear you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare everybody Hare कार्तिक महामहोत्सव की कार्तिक मास महामहोत्सव की एकादशी महामहोत्सव विष्णु राधा दामोदर की विष्णु यशोदा दामोदर की
Hare Krishna.
No need.
No. So we welcome all of you on this very auspicious day of Ekadashi. And this Ekadashi is very, very auspicious. Why? Because it's in the month of Kartik. Out of all the months, Kartik is the most special month of the year. Unless and if it's Purushottam Mas, then yes, the Adhik Mas we have after every 2 years or something like that. So this month is very dear to Srimati Radharani. Like you have, you got these sale periods where you have big, massive sale, 50% off, 70% off, Amazon or what. I don't know which are the sites in Singapore. So those are special days. Especially I remember in the month of August when you have the Independence Day, right? So you have sale. going on, right? So in the same way, in the spiritual world, in the spiritual science also, there are very special days. And these special days are actually meant for all of us to advance little quickly, hmm? Which means there's a lot of discounting happening. On the normal days, if you chant Krishna's holy name, you get, say, some result. But if you chant in this month, you get 1,000 times. So that's the benefit. And what to speak of the Ekadashi, which comes in the month of Kartik. Yes. Rama Ekadashi, am I right? Rama. So it's a very powerful day, very special, very special. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. So this day is very special. And of course, Krishna is also very special. It's mentioned in the scriptures, Akarshayati iti Krishna. Krishna is all attractive. Krishna, it's explained in scriptures that Krishna has 64 qualities. How many? 64, yes. Vishnu has 60. How many? 60. Shiva has 55. Okay. And Brahma has 50. Now, how many we have? I mean, that's not a natural question that will come. Okay, Brahma is 50. And about me, I'm a computer science engineer, a data scientist, so on and so forth. So we also have 50 because we have jivas. But it's not, in terms of quantity, it's not as high as Brahma. It's very... So when you see these qualities in someone, that's the attraction. So for example, somebody donates a lot. I mean, lot for us. Yeah. So you get attracted to him. You feel a little sense of attraction. Right? If somebody is beautiful, may not have money, you still feel attraction. Somebody may not, like, who is the richest man today? I don't know. They keep changing. Elon Musk. But he's not the most beautiful man, right? They say he's the wealthiest man. They don't even say that he is the happiest man. Right? If you just go by the simple logic, then you will not run after money, you see? How many of you heard this, that Elon Musk is the happiest man on the planet? You never hear that. You always hear he's the wealthiest. So wealthiest does not necessarily mean happiest. Yes, you see? Very simple logic. So go after Krishna. That's the whole pastime is all about. Yashoda is after Krishna. She's not after wealth. She's not after wealth. She's after Krishna. You see? That's the real wealth. And we all know that this wealth in this world is actually only up till we live. Right? And once we leave our body, we die, the same wealth actually becomes a reason for fight. Right? People kill each other. Right? I was talking to one of my family friends. She explained that her grandmother, they're from Himachal, Shimla, and they're like the kingly, the Rajputs and all. So she was the only daughter of her father. And once her father died, till the time everything was okay. And her uncle and her cousins, everyone, for 27 years, they dragged her to the court because she was the only daughter of her father. Very rich. And it became a headache. She actually donated the whole thing. She just gave it up. Because it was so much for us. Right? So it's a lesson for us. We should try to chase. What do we chase normally in life? Name, fame, glory. They say, there's an old saying in English, name, fame, and glory. That's the same old story. But Yashoda here is showing, by her own example, whom to chase. That's Damodar Leela. That's why Krishna is all attractive. Krishna attracts your attention. I don't think I have not met at least anyone who's not attracted by Krishna. He may not know that Krishna is God, or he may not accept, but it's never that it doesn't attract his heart, his leelas. So how many of you know this leela? This Damodar leela? Okay, one, two. Oh, very few. Oh, that's surprising. New devotees. Yeah, one sadhu was in India. He was giving a class, and then he just said, "Any questions?" And then somebody raised his hand. He said, "Who is Vishnu?" And he started crying. He said, "I am in the land of Bharata, Dharma, and people are asking who is Vishnu." But anyway, that's why these programs are important. These programs are not social gatherings. These programs are to create spiritual awareness. What we had, we have lost it, forgotten. That's what Krishna tells to Arjuna in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. That this knowledge was lost. And that's why I'm coming again and trying to tell you, so that we establish it again. So these programs are something like that. We are trying to re-establish our spiritual connection, which we have lost. And that is the mercy of our acharyas who have given us this. So Yashoda, we know Krishna is known as Makanchor. It's very nice. If your son steals from your neighbors, will it be glorified? Will will people like it? First of all, the neighbors won't like it, because they will say, "Boss, give him some values," right? But when Krishna steals, it becomes a pastime, it becomes a leela, right? Gopis become happy. Oh, he's stealing from us. But Yashoda, as a mother, as a caring mother, she felt, no, this is not good. Maybe the butter we are preparing in the house is not of good quality. So she said, I'm going to prepare butter myself. She was Nandarani, queen of Vrindavan. And she had many, many maidservants. Many, many maidservants. But she decided, no, I will churn the butter myself. And some of you know how to make butter, right? At least that we know how to make butter, right? You churn by churning process, cold process. No machines, no big machines, right? And Krishna is taking rest. And Krishna came out and he felt hungry. Now the question comes, how can God be hungry? Right? So this is called as Kripa Shakti, or Leela Shakti of Krishna. Because this is one thing, if you remember, we talked about how many qualities does Vishnu have? 60, yes. Brahma, let's revise it. 50. Shiva? 55. Vishnu?
60.
People love numbers. They're getting excited, right? 60. Krishna? 64. Now somebody may say, okay, Vishnu is God. Yes, you're right. If somebody says Vishnu is God, we accept it. But then which are those 4 qualities of Vishnu, of Krishna, which are not in Vishnu? There are 4. One is Rupa Madhurya. Second is Venu Madhurya. Have you seen Vishnu playing flute? And gopis coming and dancing with him? No, people in Vaikuntha Loka, there's awe and reverence with Vishnu. Nobody can. You've seen a cowherd boy with a hand on Krishna? Or like this? Yeah, they do. What to speak of that? They climb on Krishna. Can somebody in Vaikuntha climb on Mahavishnu? No. There's awe and reverence. And there is the Leela Madhurya, for example. Okay. So these are some of the qualities which Krishna has, which Vishnu doesn't have. So this is one of them. And Srimad Bhagavatam actually explains in the 10th canto, I think it's 9th chapter, text number 19. It says there's a quality of Krishna that is highlighted, is called as Bhakta. No, not Bhakta Vatsala, it's Bhakta. one who can control, one who's under the control of the devotee. You can figure out that word 10, 9, 19. That's very beautiful. Vashiyate, I think he's in the vash of his devotee. That nobody has, this beautiful quality of Krishna. So Krishna is sleeping, he wakes up and he's hungry. He's not hungry for milk, but he's hungry for the love of his mother, of his devotee, Yashoda. Yashoda, Yash, Da. Yash means fame. Yeah, fame. Da means the giver. The giver, somebody who gives fame even to Krishna is Yashoda. So Yashoda is churning butter for Krishna, but she's also singing glories of Krishna. Sometimes we are cooking bhoga, but listening to Bollywood songs. It doesn't go well, you see, because the consciousness in the service is very, very important. When mother cooks food for her children, it automatically brings good health for children. Why? More than the food, it is the consciousness with which mother prepares. That consciousness goes inside the food. That's why food, when you eat, it affects your consciousness. It's a fact. It's a scientific fact. So Mother Yashoda is preparing this amazing butter, and Krishna comes, and Krishna says, I need milk. And he wants her to stop. He wants attention, like every child, they need attention. And when they have lack of attention, it's not healthy for children, especially up to the age of 7. They need a lot of attention. There's so much power, it is said by psychologists, that by the age of 5, a child can learn 22 languages. How many? 22. He can speak 22 languages. If we have the power to teach them and share with them, they can. So imagine the amount of absorption up till 5. That's why they need attention. So Krishna is seeking attention. And then Mother Yashoda says, all right, my dear child, come. And because he's hungry, and automatically she feeds her a breast milk. And the more Krishna is drinking, the more milk is coming. So it's a kind of a divine competition between the devotee and Krishna. And Yashoda has very special milk in the kitchen. She has put it for boiling. That is also for the service of Krishna, right? And the milk is thinking, my God, the love of Mother Yashoda is infinite. And if Krishna drinks, then he'll be satisfied. Then what is the use of my life? So he starts to boil over the milk. He says, I better commit suicide. Go off. Then Yashoda smells and she says, and what she does is she keeps Krishna down and rushes to save the milk. Now that's an insult. Krishna says, how dare mother can put me like this? She's my mother. I am Krishna. She cannot put me down. And he gets angry. Have you seen children? If you don't give them attention, the first thing is they will start crying. They cry. They'll create tears in their eyes and look at you. Those are all called as crocodile tears, fake tears. Mother knows when it's real. Mother knows. She gets to know. So anyway, so she puts the milk, but meanwhile, Krishna picks up a stone. And he says, I want to teach her a lesson. And the first thing he does, he smashes the pot and the whole buttermilk comes out. He puts this butter, throws it around, and goes into the next room, creates chaos there as well, and calls all his monkey friends. Do you know who these monkeys were? These monkeys were the same monkeys who helped Lord Ram against Ravana. And Lord Ram had said to them, he said, in my next birth, when I appear again, when I incarnate again as Krishna, you will also incarnate. And then I will serve you. I will reciprocate with your service. So Mataji's and Prabhu's, this is a very beautiful lesson from this pastime. That whatever service, small service, little service you have done for Krishna, he never ever forgets it. Even after the yuga change, he still remembers that you had done something for me. Sometimes you get in your heart, I am doing some seva, some bhoga, I'm chanting Krishna's holy name. Will he remember? Oh yes, he will. So it happened in Trita Yoga, lakhs of years ago, but Krishna remembered. And when he came back, they came back. And then now Krishna is feeding the butter to the monkeys. And monkeys are enjoying. And Krishna is saying, take. Today it's a sale here. Sale is happening here at Nanda's place. And he's smashing all of this. And what has happened is he has left his butter footprints. And Yashoda is following the footprints. She sees the chaos. And she says, now it's enough. I need to punish him. So she picks up a stick and she goes around and she sees he's sitting inside a room. And Krishna purposefully, what he does is, there's some butter which is a day old or 2 days old. Our acharyas share that Krishna is looking at this butter. This is 2 days old butter. Let me eat it. And by eating it, I will become sick. Then this lady, mother, has to take me to Mathura and spend a lot of money. You see? So this Krishna, how is Krishna thinking? And monkeys are taking. Now Krishna is looking at the monkeys. Okay, he's on the grinding motor. And the monkeys are there, they're feeding. But the monkeys see Yashoda first. And as soon as they see Yashoda, and Krishna says, where are you gone? But then he looks behind and he sees Mother Yashoda. But what Krishna sees is, of course, Mother Yashoda, but he sees something different this time. What is that difference? Do you know? She had a stick. So Krishna realized now the situation is little dangerous now. Mother has come with a stick. And as soon as she sees the stick, he jumps from the grinding motor and starts to run. And Mother Yashoda has decided to punish Krishna today. And when mothers have that determination to punish the child, they do it. It's very rarely mothers will fail. So Yashoda runs after Krishna. But Yashoda is little bulky. That's described in the Shastras also, in Bhagavatam. Of course, what is also mentioned, her beauty. She's very, very beautiful. Subruhu is the meaning, one word which is used for Yashoda, is beautiful eyebrows, big eyebrows. She's wearing a beautiful yellow sari. She's wearing a cloth called as mekhala around her waist. It's a kind of a cotton cloth which is worn by ladies. It's a very beautiful description that is given. Everything is in detail. And then she runs after Krishna. But Krishna is running a little fast. But eventually she catches Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there's a description of a king, of a Yavana king, whose name was Kal Yavana. So he attacked Mathura. And he had come with 30 million or 33 million soldiers. And he besieged Mathura. Krishna came out, but as soon as he saw Kal Yavan, Krishna starts to run. So now if somebody runs from battlefield, it's not considered to be glorious. But because it's done by Krishna, he became famous as Ranchoraya. There's a temple in Gujarat, if you visit, there's a temple where Krishna is glorified as someone who ran away from the battlefield. Hmm. So Kal Yavana starts to run after Krishna. But every time he sees Krishna is one arm length distance from him. Uh, he's a king, he's a powerful man and personality, but he's not able to catch Krishna. But Yashoda, a woman, a cowherd lady, is able to catch Krishna. So, what is important, dear Prabhus and Matas, is not how powerful you are. What is important is how much love you have for Krishna. So, Krishna allows, it's impossible to catch Krishna. But out of love for Yashoda, Krishna allows himself to be caught. That is the lesson. You may be somebody who's very big, very rich, but you cannot bind Krishna, you cannot catch Krishna. So one should have the qualities of Mother Yashoda to catch Krishna. Then it's described in Srimad Bhagavatam that the glories of Yashoda is so magnificent, so amazing that even Shiva, Parvati, Brahma, Mother Lakshmi, they also sing the glories of Yashoda. Yes. Somebody may say, but oh, Lakshmi is serving Vishnu directly. Yes, she is. But there is she's serving with awe and reverence. Yashoda's biggest quality was that she did not know Krishna's God. But she just loved him. Her whole life was around Krishna. Krishna was the center. Right? That's qualification of Yashoda. Her humility. She wanted to serve Krishna. Imagine that she gave up Krishna's association for what? For service of Krishna. That's a devotee. Devotee does not want to just be with Krishna. No. He wants to always serve Krishna. And that's a very important point. So eventually she catches Krishna. But now Krishna sees the stick. And as soon as he sees the stick, tears start to come. Right? And this whole mascara in his eyes is coming, and it's kind of a little blackish. Is everything okay? Yeah. I thought maybe Damodar Leela is happening, you're seeing live. So Krishna actually accepts. He says, okay, you caught me, all right. And then Krishna says, yes, I did a mistake. I'm sorry. So I was yesterday in a session with Devaki Prabhu, and he was mentioning that in law, if you plead guilty, you say yes. Even before the case begins, you say trial begins, you say, I plead guilty. They reduce 30% of your punishment. So Krishna knew it. So Krishna said, I plead guilty, Mother. But Mother also realizes that he got too frightened with the stick. So she throws the stick. And then, but she remembers that one day Krishna had told her that if you don't like me, if you think that I'm behaving like a monkey, then better I will go to the forest and live with monkeys. And Yashoda remembers it at the time. Oh, she thinks, oh my God, I have already chastised him. And now if he leaves and says, and I know he's adamant, he can actually leave and go to the forest, and it'll be a lot of trouble. So she says, let me bind him. That's where the idea comes from. Yeah. So Mother Yashoda, what she does is she brings some rope in her house to bind Krishna. But as soon as she's trying to bind Krishna, what happens? She sees a 2-finger shot. And she feels maybe he's playing around. He's trying to, increase his, belly. That's what Damodar. Dam means rope. Udhar means the belly. Ones whose belly is bound by the rope is Damodar. But the rope is actually Yashoda's love, not the actual rope. So Yashoda brings more ropes and she ties many of these ropes together. Again, it's 2 fingers short. And she's surprised. She says, how is this possible? He's a tiny little baby. How can he do it? But Krishna is also very smart. What Krishna does is actually he runs outside. When Mother Yashoda is running after him, he runs outside because he knows that this is a stick, it's dangerous. Let me go outside so that others can also see. And if others are there, then the punishment will be a little less severe because mother does not like to beat his own child in front of others. See, that's the smartness of Krishna. See, the Acharya is giving us this very beautiful, these small, small things which are very beautiful, very unique in Krishna. And then Yashoda is getting all these robes. And by the time all the gopis are also coming. And Krishna feels this danger and he starts to yell. He says, Rohini, Balram, where are you? Save me, see what this lady is doing. But they're not listening. You know why? Because Balram and Rohini were invited by the brother of Nanda Maharaj, Upananda, for lunch. So they had gone there. So they could not hear him. But all the other gopis came. And they were trying to have with Yashoda. Yashoda said, but you were the only ones who would complain against Krishna. Right? Now he needs punishment. So she asked them, you bring ropes from your house. So all the gopis went. But all the ropes in Vrindavan, gradually, one by one. Every single rope in Vrindavan was in Nanda Maharaj's courtyard, tied up together, and still it is 2 fingers short. Very difficult to comprehend for us. Right? It's very difficult. That is Krishna. That's Kripa Shakti Krishna. But then by that time, Krishna looks at his mother and she's sweating and she's tired. Her hair is loosened. The flowers have gone off. It's a Diwali day, early morning, afternoon time of Diwali, right? And nobody wants to look shabby on the day of Diwali. You want to look very nice, right? New clothes, new sari. But Yashoda is not in good shape. And then Krishna says, all right. And then he ties him. He says, all right, mother. And then Yashoda ties him up and says, now this is your punishment. You be here, and there's some children around playing. You said you be with them, and I'll go and have bath in Yamuna. Our acharyas explain, one of our acharyas, his name is Jiva Goswami. He explains a very beautiful point. He says, when Mother Yashoda has left and Krishna is there, Krishna looks at these 2 trees, Yamlarjuna trees in the courtyard of Nanda. He says that before also Krishna had seen these trees, right? Because he was there. But today, the vision of Krishna towards them was full of mercy. And he explains why. So Jiva Goswami says, because Krishna that day was bound himself, he realized what does this binding to at one place means. So he looked with very compassionately towards these trees. He had nothing to do with that. But it was the word given by his devotee, Narada Muni. Do you know the story who these were? These 2 trees were 2 sons of Kubera. It's a very exalted position. Even to be sons of Kubera means, you're the sons of the richest man in the whole universe. The finance ministry, something like that, right? Because one day they were taking bath and having sports with women, and sage Narada was going by in the river Mandakini. But they did not offer respect. They didn't care. They were drunk. They were so proud of the powers their father had. Sometimes children do that, right? It's nothing of their own, but they do it on the basis of what their father has achieved. And they were like that. And they did not offer any respect to Narada. And Narada saw them naked completely, and they said, you've gone mad. Pramada, you've gone mad. by having this great fortune of being sons of Kuvera. He says, I curse you because you behave like trees, naked, you should become trees. But because devotee is very merciful, he tells them that you should become trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. So that one fine day Krishna will deliver you. So Bhagavatam explains that Krishna had nothing to do with these trees or the sons of Kuvera. He's least bothered. Or what is he bothered about is Narada has given his word. Please understand this. This is a very, very important point. A good learning. That when you're favored by a devotee of Krishna, and Krishna 100% fulfills his promise. So you cannot go directly to Krishna. If you go via devotee, then you're very, very safe. Actually, Bhagavatam later explains that when this Manigriva and Nalakuvera, two trees, they got the form back of demigods, they actually glorify Narada. They said, we thought it was like a curse, he cursed us. But sometimes a curse can be a blessing. The child does not remember. He feels my mother has become very, very strict. My father is like a demon because he slapped me. Right? But when he grows old, when he grows intelligent, then he realizes that it was for my good. So a curse can be a blessing. Sometimes in our tough times, challenges come in our life. You got a tough boss or you lose your job or something like that. That challenge or that curse can actually be a blessing. Okay? So Krishna goes in between these two trees. The motor gets stuck and Krishna pulls. And as soon as he pulls, both the trees come crashing down. With such a massive sound, it is said that the Brajavasis realize that something has happened. And because there were demons coming, they realized maybe some demon has come. And Krishna is in danger. And as soon as they realized it, they felt unconscious. It is said that for one muhurta, they were unconscious. One muhurta is roughly around 48 minutes. Except the kids who were around Krishna there, they were not. Because they're looking at it and they said, oh, nice, well done, Krishna, well done, because that's how we would do. They were there. And after that, the whole Vrindavan, Brajavasis, they came to see what had happened. And then they saw little Krishna in between these two trees. And Nanda Maharaj came. He said, who has done this? He said, Yashoda did it. And he was a little angry. And it is said that Nanda Maharaj then asked the children, they start asking children, what happened? What happened? And they said, you know what? Krishna was crawling. And while crawling, the motor got stuck. And Krishna pulled. And both the trees came down and two effulgent personalities came out and they were offering respect to Krishna, baby Krishna. And they felt, it's a story. They're making some story. The children, the kids. And then Nanda Maharaj actually picks him up, puts him in his lap. And he said that when Mother Yashoda comes, she's crying and crying and crying. But ultimately, of course, we know later then Krishna says, I don't have nothing to do with my mother. I will now play with my father. So the Mother Rohini also says, she also comes back. She says, Krishna, but she's your mother. She says, no, now I will play with my brother Balram and my father Nanda. It is said that till whole evening, Mother Yashoda didn't come out. It is said that she did not even show her face to Nanda for 3 days. But then Rohini later says, and Nanda Maharaj also tries to encourage Krishna. He says, I think if you do not go to your mother, she'll be very, very, very unhappy. She'll be crying. And she may leave her body like that. And then Krishna jumps from the lap of Nanda and runs towards her mother inside. And jumps in her lap. And then she again feeds Krishna her nectarian milk. For which Krishna is always, always, always anxious. This is Krishna. This is Damodar. He is looking for that love in our heart. So this festival is nothing but an offering of our love, offering of our commitment to Damodar, to Krishna, so that one fine day we get his mercy. Okay? Thank you very much. Do we have any questions or comments? Any realizations? This was in short about the pastime. Any comments, questions? No? Good. Prabhu, would like to add anything? Anand Prabhu? We have deep realizations about Krishna consciousness. Be nice to hear.
Thank you very much for a wonderful class.
Thank you very much for having me here.
Anybody has any questions?
The word you're talking is Nritya Vashyata.
Vashyata, yes. Bhritya Vashyata, yes. This is a unique quality of Krishna by which he allows himself to be controlled by his devotee.
Servator of the
He becomes a servitor of the devotee. This is very unique. You will not see it in demigods. Like if somebody is a devotee of Mahakali, for example. Have you seen Mahakali becoming a servant of the devotee? No. Devotee, the Bhakta says, I need this one, and she gives. But she always remains a position of higher than the devotee. Only with Krishna. Only Krishna does it like that. Krishna becomes a servant of the devotee. This is unique. Because that's why bhakti, Krishna does not give bhakti to everyone. Why? Because when Krishna gives bhakti to somebody, he actually gives complete himself to that devotee. For example, if there's a remote control, and this remote control controls you completely. If I press a button that I need gulab jamun, and you'll go inside the kitchen, make gulab jamun and give. Yeah. Right? How many people you will give this remote to? Huh? Not many, right? And you will test, even if you give, you will test him 100%, 200%. And then only you will give him. So Krishna is also like that. He doesn't give it just to anybody. Because when he gives bhakti, then that devotee gets the power to control Krishna. One day Srila Prabhupada was giving a class and somebody said, Prabhupada said, some people say that we want to become God. Prabhupada says, look at our movement. We will become greater than God. Look at Nanda. When Nanda Maharaj goes for his work, for the fields, Krishna is carrying his shoes or paduka on his head. Krishna is God. Arjun, for example, you've seen the famous picture of Krishna driving the chariot of Arjun in Mahabharata, right? So there were millions and millions of soldiers, so much of noise, right? How does Krishna know that I have to go right, I have to go left? How many of you know? Huh?
kicks through the light end.
Yeah. If Arjuna kicks Krishna on the right side, he will go right. If he kicks him on left, he has to go to left. And for 18 days, Arjuna was kicking Krishna. Imagine you are the father or mother, you have a car, your child is behind, and he slaps you on the right cheek, and then that's a signal that you take left, right. Then he slaps you on the left, and you take left. After one only, you will open the door, throw him out. You said, I am the father, I own the car. You will do it or not? You will. Right? It happens at home. Mother is doing something, he comes from behind. Right? One time she says, don't do. He does it again. And second time she says, don't do it. Then he does it again. Then she goes behind. It's allowed, right, in Singapore? In Europe, in America, they say 911. And then the parent also becomes. I had an Indian friend, so he and his wife were talking. He said, I think maybe the son overheard. And he actually called 911 and the police came. They were actually saying that we have to tighten him up a bit. We have to become more. He actually called that they're planning to meet me. But my friend told me that once they landed in Bombay airport, so they were waiting for the luggage. So he was putting up luggage and his son, he was doing mischief and he was pushing the suitcase. Suitcase fell down and father went and wanted to just give him a slap, and the kid said 911, and then he stopped again. And then he realized his wife said it is Bombay, and they both went and pulled his hair. And the kid realized, time, place, and circumstance. I said, be careful. But this is Krishna's love, you see. Arjuna is kicking Krishna constantly, 18 days. That's Krishna's renunciation. He forgets that he is God. And that's the beauty of Krishna. That's why Krishna comes in this world, is to attract, is to do these pastimes, so that our hearts are also attracted towards Krishna. And if, to some extent, by the mercy of Prabhupada, you imagine you're sitting in Singapore listening to Damodar Leela. How many of you had thought about that in Singapore we will have kirtan, sitting in kirtan and chanting, right? You definitely must have thought, I will see Marlai and I will go there, click picture on Marina Bay, But nobody had ever thought that you will be sitting in kirtan in Singapore. Somebody, some great astrologer in the group here, who knew that yes, one day I'll be doing kirtan in Singapore. In the holy month of Kartik, right? This month is very, very dear to Srimati Radharani. Don't make it a one-day affair. For next 20 days, it's still there. 15, 20 days are remaining for this festival. Offer this lamp every day to this picture. If you have a picture, if you don't have a picture, you can buy. If you don't want to buy, put it on laptop from Google, at least do it. Show a ghee lamp to Mother Yashoda and Damodar. There's a lot and lots of blessings. It's said that one who offers lamp with love and devotion to Damodar will never see the rope of Yama again in his lifetime. Okay, so Hare Krishna. Yes.
Why this month is more dear to Radharani?
Why this month is very dear to Srimati Radharani? Actually, there is one more month which is more dear to Srimati Radharani. That is the Purushottam Mas, Adhik Mas. Because Adhik Mas came to Srimati Radharani, he said, Mother, they call me Malamas. They call me no good. It comes mostly in the month of June, July. And she said, nobody wants to do any auspicious thing in this month. And Radharani, because she's mother, she said, don't worry. He says, you'll be more glorified even more than Kartik. So if you do some act in devotion in Kartik, you get 1 million times benefit. But if you do it in Purushottam Mas, you get 16 million times benefit. That's Purushottam Mas. So activities with the relationship with Krishna. Now why this month particular, I don't know. I think you better become a pure devotee, go back to Golok Vrindavan and ask Srimati Radharani, why? Why October, November? It's a holiday season, I want to travel to somewhere else. Okay? So we normally sing this prayer, which is by Satyavrata Muni. It's a very beautiful prayer. You should read the meaning also, actually, when you get time. We don't have time so much, but we will sing this prayer. It's known as Damodar Ashtakam. The prayer sheets will be given to you. Please chant with